I'll send you something. You sign it.
Can
You
I
send it
delete
back.
these files out of Dropbox?
Exactly. Oh yes, please do. Sorry.
Well, I just discarded a ton of projects in Audacity, so I hope none of that is important.
It'd be last week's stuff, so I have all that.
I hope I didn't need anything for mine. I don't think so.
In Dropbox?
No, in my Audacity.
Oh, I see. Okay. Welcome, YouTube.
Hey, guys, YouTube's here. Shh. Got it.
Yeah, that's what we
gotta
always
stop
do.
talking about him.
We always shh on YouTube. We will shh on YouTube. All right, you got Audacity ready to go?
Ready.
Yeah.
All right, in 3.
Okay, I just only got one. All right, in 3, 2, 1. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode number 157 of the South Dakota Gamer Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Chad. Joining me, per the usual, Josh Owens and Dave Mann. How's it going, guys?
Today's Carlisle's 5th birthday.
The 4th chair on the podcast. Happy birthday, Carlisle.
In honor of Carlisle's 5th birthday, I'm not even kicking him out of the room for this podcast.
Awesome.
So we'll see how that goes.
We'll see how that goes.
He's our correspondent in the field. He has been doing some on the ground play testing of his Emery board catnip toy that I bought him, which is basically a video game for a cat. So we may get his take on that a little bit later.
I look forward to hearing that for sure. Excellent. Dave, how are you?
Never tell me the odds. My eyes were watering, Chad. I wasn't blinking ever since before.
I saw you blink. I saw you blink once. Yes, you did.
Dave, you blinked.
It was an eye flutter.
Well, here we are. We're back at it again. This week, we're going to get right into things. Just wanted to mention we do have that Patreon giveaway that we're doing. The first one will be happening in June. And for everyone that donates $1 or more over at patreon.com/South Dakota Gamer is entered in to that contest giveaway. So I have a couple items here that I want to show the YouTube audience that we are giving away. And if you just do the audio version, you can head over to our YouTube channel and check out this portion to see what it is we're giving. So I have this mini Bastion figure.
That's awesome.
Kind of cool. That's going to go in the prize box. I have this Baron Fig notebook, never been used. Hardcover notebook, really cool. You can draw things or write your video game passwords on those. And then I also have this Nintendo Switch case. It's super big. It's pretty awesome. It's got, I thought it was Velcro, and it's not. It's a zipper. That was embarrassing.
It's like this Nintendo Switch case.
Never opened it?
I have. But yeah, it's got pockets. It's got an extra thing in here.
There's a mini case inside of it.
It's got a mini case, which is Velcro inside it, with another case inside that.
Oh my gosh.
This keeps
That's
getting
so
better.
cool.
I have that case.
Yeah, it's great, right? You love it, don't you?
It's like a Russian nesting doll Switch case.
That's right. So Nintendo labeled there, and there's back, another pocket back there. So nice handy shoulder strap.
In that package, or in that case, I can carry my Switch. I carry my Pro Controller, my wall adapter, my car adapter, my extra pair of Joy-Cons. I did say Pro Controller, correct?
You did.
I carry that. I also carry 2 of my physical games because I only have 2 physical games. Everything else is digital.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
You can carry a lot in there.
So for just $1, any given month, you get 1 entry. If you do $1 a month for till June when we do the giveaway, you'll get an entry for each month you do that. So anyone that has done so up to this point, you've got entries starting here at the beginning of this year. We're now into February, so you'll be able to get in on March. You could do March, April, May, and June to get entered into that Patreon exclusive giveaway. So head over there, patreon.com/South Dakota Gamer for that. There are some other tiers of rewards there as well that you can participate and join in if you're interested. But for now, we're going to jump into the most exciting segment of the week, and that's the new releases brought to us by good friend, Patreon supporter, Papa Andy.
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 So we had the community game night with Andy here this past week. He participated with that just yesterday, actually. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But for now, the word of the week brought to us by Papa Andy. Gasconade is the word. Gasconade. So if either of you both.
Sorry, are you saying gas grenade?
Almost. Gasconade.
Oh.
Gasconade.
Okay.
Wordsmiths. What does that mean?
This is your latest. I mean, and it makes perfect sense, Chad, for us to be.
They always do.
Podcast. Yes, they always do. But Gasconade is actually the newest and yet to be released gamer fuel. Gatorade has stolen the licensed property from Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew is no longer gamer fuel. They have lost that. It is absolutely crazy that they have lost that because that is also Pepsi. And I need to make sure Pepsi Cola does not own Gatorade as well. Don't know for certain. But anyways, Gatorade Gasconade flavor is what's new for gamers out there.
Very cool.
Gasconade.
Josh, you have any opposing ideas there?
I like it. I did. But that's real good. And that's better than mine.
Yeah, real good. So the actual definition behind Gasconade, although I do like that one as well, and they should look into that.
I'm sorry, and we're definitely not saying gas grenade.
Right, no, it's Gasconade.
Okay. All right,
Yeah.
just making sure. Because I know what a gas grenade is.
Right.
I could tell you that do you just want me to tell you what that is real quick?
No, we're going to pass.
Okay. Because I know what that is.
So Gasconade
I know what a backpack is.
actually
Too.
extravagant boasting.
Oh, that's what Chad does all the time.
Yeah,
I'm
all the time.
I'm calling bull crap. Use it in a sentence, Dad.
It doesn't. That's not. I don't have.
Gasconade is the best gamer fuel out there.
See, that sentence makes sense.
Oh, that's great. Thank you, Andy, for the word of the week. It's fun. These guys are crazy. They're very, very spontaneous. Spontaneity is not the right form of that word.
Spontaneous.
Yeah, they're spontaneous and they're real good at just ad-libbing stuff. So kudos
Gas
to you
grenades,
guys.
in case anybody didn't know, is a
We're
grenade
doing it anyway.
that somebody would throw, and it's filled with any one of multiple kinds of gas. Really, it could be tear gas, it could be nerve gas, it could be gas,
Laughing gas.
it could be laughing gas. Chad,
Gas.
Yeah, air, oxygen is technically a gas,
Also,
so it could be filled with oxygen.
Let's not forget of the very popular tune, Gasconade. 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 I can't remember the words in between. Gasconade is said a lot in that song.
Huh.
Wait, is it really?
No, it's actually gas pedal.
Oh, I still don't know the song you're talking about.
It goes actually very similar to that, except it's just gas pedal instead of Gasconade.
What are some other songs you like, Dave?
No, so let's get into the new releases this week. Dave, if you don't mind, you got some things to read.
I love just taking it as far as we could possibly take it before Chad finally feels like he's got to rate it in. You can't let it go any further.
All right, everybody. For those of you who are wondering what's coming out this week in games for February, the 22nd in Europe and 20th in the US is the long anticipated game, not from Hideo Kojima, but from Konami. Metal Gear Survive for the PC, PS4, and Xbox One. And if that didn't sell you right there, then let me read this.
Paint us a word picture, Dave.
The year is 1975. Cold War tensions continue to ease, and the Vietnam War is in its final days. The legendary mercenary Big Boss leads an army that belongs to no nation. Under the guise of the nuclear inspection by the IAEA. Excuse me, Chad.
I just can contain my
By
excitement.
the AEIOU.
We could just have no more interruptions during game release this week. I'd appreciate it because it messes up my entire building.
Dave has to go through a whole process to get himself into this, and
so the year is 1975. Cold War tensions continue to ease, and the Vietnam War is in its final days. The legendary mercenary Big Boss leads an army that belongs to no nation. Under the guise of a nuclear inspection by the IAEA, a hostile force known as XOF launches a surprise attack on Mother Base, Big Boss's base of operations. His soldiers put up a desperate fight, but their efforts are in vain as Mother Base falls. A moment after Big Boss escapes the area by helicopter, an intense light appears in the sky, and a wormhole opens over the base. The wormhole begins to suck up everyone and everything left, transporting them to some parallel world. A soldier who helped Big Boss get away is almost pulled into it as well, but manages to escape. A close friend of the soldier, however, isn't as lucky. I just want to break here for a second and say, it's as if like an elementary kid inserted a story into the actual thing about Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, and like just twisted it just a little bit. The wormhole begins to suck up everyone and everything left, transporting them to some parallel world. A soldier who helped Big Boss get away is almost pulled into it as well, but manages to escape. A close friend of the soldier, however, isn't as lucky. The soldier then mysteriously loses consciousness, waking up 6 months later in a facility belonging to Wardenclyffe Section, a secretive research organization of the U.S. government. A member of this organization, a man known as Good Luck, gives the soldier a special assignment with the following order. You don't get to sit this one out. You're already infected with that life form I was telling you about. The soldier then travels alone to the same parallel world to find a cure for this infection and to rescue those sucked into the wormhole half a year ago. Waiting on the other side is a hellish landscape where victims of the infection have transformed into grotesque creatures known as wanderers. The soldier also encounters a member of none other than XOF, and together their bitter struggle for survival begins.
Okay.
There's no way this game can be good.
So that's right off the bat, my I think only and biggest question is why make this a Metal Gear game?
To sell, hopefully more copies than they would without the name on it.
I just like all of this. It's like, oh, 1975 and Big Boss. And now a story that has nothing to do with that at all.
Yeah.
Not even close.
A friend of a guy that helped Big Boss.
Like the gameplay doesn't even take place in our dimension. It's like some other crazy...
I mean, just based on that write-up, I don't know how this game can be good. I really don't.
Man.
Well, let's see.
It's funny, for sure.
It's coming out on February 20th in the U.S. and February 22nd in Europe. Next... coming out on February 20th is a game that is a well-beloved game and highly anticipated. Age of Empires Definitive Edition for the PC. Age of Empires requires the player to develop a civilization from a handful of hunter-gatherers to an expansive Iron Age empire. To assure victory, the player must gather resources in order to pay for new units, buildings, and more advanced technology. Resources must also be preserved as no new resources become available as the game progresses. For example, trees that are cut down will not grow back. 12 civilizations are available, each with individual sets of attributes, including a varying number of available technologies and units. Each civilization has technologies unique to them so that no civilization possesses all the technologies possible within the game. A major component of the game is the advancement through 4 ages. These are the Stone Age, the Mesolithic, Nomad, Paleolithic, the Tool Age, Neolithic, Chalcolithic, the
Catholic Age,
the Bronze Age, and the Iron Age. Advancement between ages is researched at the town center, and each advancement brings the player new technologies, weapons, and units. In 1997, Age of Empires changed RTS games forever.
Okay.
Today, 20 years later, Age of Empires Definitive Edition begins that transformation anew with all new graphics, remastered sound and music, and a smooth UI experience rebuilt from the ground up. Play the legendary RTS that started it all.
I am so excited for this game, and one of my biggest hopes is that they leave all of those crazy cheat codes in the game, which I still remember. If you were playing by yourself and you pulled up the chat box, you could type in things like Aegis, and all of your units would be invincible. There was a chat code to get like a Cobra, or a Viper convertible. and it would like shoot bullets and drive all over the place. It's fun times. I'm so excited about this game.
Yeah, I used to play this all the time on my grandfather's computer. Really, really, really fun game. February 20th on the PC. Also on February 20th for the PC, PS4, and Xbox One is The Station. The Station is a first-person narrative mystery set on a space station sent to study a sentient alien civilization. How would you react if we discovered a sentient alien civilization, challenging everything we knew about biology, chemistry, physics, religion, and answering the questions man has asked throughout history? But what if this sentient alien civilization was discovered in a state of civil war? Determining that the rewards outweigh the risks, an undetectable space station with a small 3-person crew deploys to research the alien culture in search of a means towards a peaceful relationship. Unable to contact the crew, a recon specialist is sent to uncover what happened. What players discover will challenge their view of surveillance, imperialism, and moral law. Welcome aboard The Station.
Wow.
That sounds real good.
Yeah. It's interesting. I watched a video for like the pre-order or something like that, and all it did was like a little cinematic of coming from space and going to the space station and showing a bunch of empty rooms and stuff and then going back out. So don't know much about it other than what I read.
Does it look horror-ish or action? Or did you get a sense for like...
We're so used to like horror stuff. Like, and the fact that there was no one there, was an empty space station, kind of gave me that vibe, but I don't know for sure. I didn't actually look at the genre.
Sounds cool.
But that's coming to PC, PS4, and Xbox One on February 20th, The Station. On February 21st is Rad Rogers for the PS4, Xbox One. Rad is a rambunctious but spirited young boy who maybe plays too many video games. After dozing off at the tail end of a long night of gaming, Rad awakens to find his dusty old console has turned itself back on. Suddenly, a vortex emerges, and all of Mother Base is sucked into his TV, where he finds himself the star in his very own video game adventure. Dusty is Rad's good-hearted but foul-mouthed, now sentient game console. His clock speed isn't what it used to be, but what he lacks for in megahertz, he makes up with experience and attitude. Rad and Dusty's adventure begins in the first world, taking them through 7 dangerous stages of action-packed, humor-filled, hardcore platforming fun. This decaying jungle world has been infected by a fierce corruption, and it's up to the unlikely buddy duo, Rad and Dusty, to save the jungle's inhabitants and restore the Elder Tree as guardian of the land. I did watch
so cool too.
I did watch a little bit of video on this. It really is reminiscent of like a old like SNES game or something that I would have played when I was a kid, about a boy getting sucked into his video game and like playing. And as far as like the gameplay, it looks really fun. The art style is really good. The gameplay looks really good. So I'm seriously thinking about checking out this game. That's cool. Rad Rogers for the PS4 and Xbox One on February 21st. Then on February 22nd, Them's Fightin' Herds for the PC. Them's Fightin' Herds is a 2D fighting game featuring a cast of 4-legged combatants. Beneath the cute and cuddly surface designed by acclaimed cartoon producer and developer Lauren Faust, a serious and mechanically deep GGPO-powered fighter awaits. Now, she was one of the cartoon producers for, I think, like My Little Pony and stuff.
Right.
This is a fighter with like 4-legged horses and different types of hoofed creatures, I believe.
Yeah, I saw a video.
Very strange.
My Little Pony Fighters, basically. I think they had to change the name because of the copyright and stuff. But
yeah, so that's there for you people on the PC that are interested.
Bronies.
In that. Also on the February 22nd for the Switch is Pac-Man Championship Edition 2 Plus. This Plus edition of the game is a fresh port of Pac-Man Championship Edition 2, which was released on other platforms in 2016, adding a faster feel to the franchise with some interesting additions to the base game we all know and love. The new edition will contain everything that was included in the original, as well as a brand new multiplayer mode, which is exclusive to the Switch. This new co-op offering will see players grabbing one Joy-Con each, taking control of their own bright yellow pizza-shaped blobs, and charging through boards containing scattered dots, ghosts, and bosses. Your teamwork will be essential for success in this new mode, too. Trains of ghosts can only be eaten if both players attack from either side, and you'll need to work together to think up strategies as things get more and more frantic. That's an interesting little take on Pac-Man. little co-op.
Co-op. That's
There.
cool.
So that's for the Switch on February 22nd. And then on the 23rd for the PC, PS4, and Xbox One is Past Cure. Past Cure is a dark psychological thriller that blurs the lines between dreams and reality. An intense cinematic story-driven experience blending stealth and combat gameplay. Players are challenged to use an array of skills varying from powerful time-bending mental abilities to brutal melee combat and stealth kills. After his years of torture, ex-elite soldier Ian lives in the safe house of his brother, struggling with the consequences of the military experience he was put through. They twisted his mind, imbued him with
Preternatural.
That's a word? Preternatural? Yeah. Preternatural, like just
that's Andy's word next week. We just remember
mental abilities. Preternatural, menstruous.
Oh no! Nope, not
preternatural, mental. I can't say the words.
Mental.
Abnormal mental abilities such as time control and telekinesis. Driven by hallucinations and his thirst for revenge, Ian enlists his brother's help as he sets out on a thrilling hunt for the perpetrators of the conspiracy against him and for the truth underlying his torment. On his missions, Ian experiments with his new powers, quickly coming to realize their inherent danger. With each use, his sanity frays a little more, inviting the nightmarish attention of something beyond reality. That is Past Cure for the PC, PS4, Xbox One on February 23rd. And last but not least, on February 27th in North America and February 23rd in Europe is Payday 2 for the Switch. Payday 2 is an action-packed 4-player co-op shooter that once again lets gamers don the mask of the original Payday crew, Dallas, Hoxton, Wolf, and Chains. And as they descend on Washington, D.C. for an epic crime spree, up to four friends cooperate on each heist. That's such... Why are they breaking these? It's a play on co-op, I guess. Up to 4 friends cooperate on each heist, and as the crew progresses, the heist gets bigger, better, and more rewarding. Along with earning more money and becoming an infamous criminal comes new customizations that lets players build and alter their guns and gear. Payday 2 comes with full touchscreen menu support and a newly developed Rumble feature that responds as you, for example, fire weapons or throw grenades. There's also an added local multiplayer mode to the Crime.net called Crime.net Local Play that will make you able to set up a local game and invite friends that share the same local network. Finally, Payday 2 comes with an exclusive character called Joy, who's initially releasing only on Nintendo Switch, complete with her own mask and weapons.
She's the best con you can get.
That's a good one. Nice. So here's my question about that game. Is the dynamic rumble going to make the weapon fire realistic? Am I going to get realistic recoil from my 45?
No, you are not. I'm going to say.
I'm not interested. What's the point of dynamic rumble?
That's the 45 would be a pretty big rumble. Pretty big rumble.
So this is an aside, but Switch is starting to get games like Payday 2, and I mean Skyrim, which is not like crazy, but Doom. Switch is starting to get like very grown up games.
Yeah.
But everything else is still so freaking locked down with the excuse of like we're trying to protect the children. So I don't understand where all that lines up, if I'm being honest.
Well, I think it's the availability or whatever to buy software is different than their online philosophy. I mean, if you're going to be able to buy, and they want you to be able to buy any game that you could buy for the PS4, Xbox One, if possible, also, because that's just going to be better for third parties. But yeah, at some point, they're not going to coincide with it's not only for children, but keeping it safe, because any kids playing Doom or Payday 2, you don't want your little kids playing that, but they're still safe from online stuff. But I understand where you're coming from. I don't know if they necessarily
just
equal.
It seems disingenuous.
Fair assessment. All right, well, there you go. Those are the new releases for this week. Buy them if you want them. That's going to bring us in. You like that?
But
Buy
don't.
them?
Buy them if you want them.
He said buy them.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
I
but don't lick the Switch games because it's apparently
Yeah, they've said it's gross.
real gross.
All right, well, it's going to bring us to the news that you can use.
If you so choose.
To do so.
Brought to us by Patreon supporter, friend of the show, all around great guy, Evan Steele, and his Twitch channel, Jen_Lee_accepted. Go check him out and all the games that he plays. He's real good. One would say he's almost a pro. Right?
One would say he's almost a pro at being a great guy, too. I might add.
Well done. All right, 6 items on the news you can use list this week. First one, you guys tell me if this excites you. It didn't really do a whole lot for me, but I think I was a little too old for this. But Spyro Trilogy is getting a remaster coming to PS4 this year. Spyro the Dragon. Any takers?
I never played it.
It's kind of exciting. I never played it either. I always wished I had gotten to. And I didn't have. What was it, PS2? Or was that
I think
PS1
so.
game?
It might have been both. I'm not sure.
I just never got a chance to play it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna rush out to get it, but
I think because Crash did so well, Crash
Yeah.
Bandicoot Remaster, far exceeded their expectations. They decided to take Spyro, the kind of other platformer game, and bring that in. I played the Spyro stuff with the Skylanders. That was kind of where I was introduced to that with my kids. But yeah, so Spyro Trilogy supposedly coming out this year.
sweet.
Next, yeah, System Shock. Did you guys ever play that game, System Shock?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. There's I want to say last year sometime, a big Kickstarter project for the makers of System Shock, wanting to make another one, kind of reboot it. And they earned $1.3 million via Kickstarter. And the game has been underway. They've been making it. And then here in the last week or so, they came out and said they're putting it on hiatus in order to kind of redirect their path. They straight out came out and said straight up that they took the wrong path and need to refocus concerning this game. So they've got $1.3 million crowdfunded money, and I don't know if that means they're starting over. I don't know if that means they had loot boxes in it and are like, oh crap, we need to get this stuff out, or what the deal is. But they're putting it on hiatus, and there's no like future date, insight on how and when you can expect this game.
It's kind of a shame. I was excited about this.
Yeah. So still coming, but just not in the form that it has been shaping up to be. So there you go for you System
on them
Shock
for being-
guys. Yeah, I suppose.
For being super honest though and transparent.
Yeah.
For a developer to just come out and be like, yeah, we screwed it up.
Right.
We gotta that's it.
Yeah. But what if they come and ask for more money? Then what?
I mean that would be a problem. I don't think they could.
Yeah.
If they need more money at this point, they'd probably have to look for investors, I think.
Sure.
That'd be a real bad look for them to come back and ask for more money.
Right. So we messed it up. We're going to change everything. We need another $1 million. Is that
Yeah.
cool? All right. Next, Lara Croft. We know that movie's coming out here in March. The movie based on the very first game of the reboot. Very, very close to even the story and everything. She's getting a Barbie now. We don't typically talk about toys per se, but they're making a Lara Croft Barbie.
Well, Chad, anytime there's Barbie news, I'm
Well, that's why I put it here.
all about it.
Right.
No, this is cool. Like this is like a girl G.I. Joe thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's
Cool,
got the
man.
tank top and the pickaxe and everything. I saw
Yeah.
a picture of it. It's like
How many
these girls with their-
nerd gamers do you think are just gonna buy this anyway?
I mean, yeah, it's creepy, but yeah.
I mean, I could see it happening.
I mean, I have toys behind me. I do. So
It's basically an action figure.
yeah. I mean, these little girls have their, Belle Barbie dolls and Barbie Doctor and Barbie, all these things, and then here's Lara Croft with a pickaxe and like a wounded, broken arrowhead stuck in her arm and scraped,
I can just see
bloods everywhere.
Little 6-year-old girls going up to their mom and being like, "This is what she uses to split people's skulls."
Yeah, so that's coming out. If you want to get that Barbie, go ahead.
Cool.
All right, Battle Royale, real popular game mode with PUBG and Fortnite. So I saw this just today, actually. There's a new Battle Royale game coming out into early access here in 2018, and then they're planning on fully releasing it in 2019. I don't think this is going to end up coming to console because of the way this game is looking like they want it to be. So there's a trailer, looks real great. Looks a lot better than PUBG as far as graphically, but it's called Mavericks Proving Grounds. And like I said, coming to PC early this year, or early access in 2018 with a 400 player count Battle Royale mode. I think they said like a 12.5 kilometer map. So I don't know what the map size is for PUBG. Obviously, Fortnite's small, PUBG's bigger. This one I'm assuming is going to be quite a bit larger than that. So 400 players on one map. Last one alive wins. And then when they fully release it, and their plan is in 2019, you can play with 1,000 players in a Battle Royale mode.
Yeah.
What do you think of this?
To me, this, like, I'm very, very, very interested in this. This is not a game that is going to compete with PUBG or Fortnite or other 100v1 or whatever you want to call it, however you want to say it. This is more like an online survival game where it's just long game survival. I mean, 1,000 people. How long are these matches going to be? Are they going to have a storm, or are they going to have a shrinking thing that happens too to keep it?
I would assume so.
But I would imagine it's not going to be anywhere as fast as a PUBG with 100 times more people or whatever. 10 times? Yeah. Was it 10 times? 10 times.
Yeah, 10 times. And you wonder if, like that game we talked about last week, the Wolf one, will they introduce like environmental,
right?
Traps, things that'll happen that'll kill you besides just the storm coming in, animals, NPCs, stuff like that. You wonder.
I imagine. I mean, it would be cool. Think about that if the elements, like not only the wildlife, but the elements. There's like weather effects that can kill you. There's different types. There's lava, maybe, or there's quicksand, or there's just like, and then the like poisonous insects and stuff like that you have to watch for, and it's very survival like that.
Predators.
Like, that could be something that's very cool, but it's not going to be on the same playing field as what we're used to right now. This is something different.
Right. It's almost like ratcheting it up another notch from what we're used to.
Yeah. The first, I read this like earlier in the week, and the first thing I thought when I read this was, oh, so the Battle Royale thing is pretty much already dying, I guess.
Because they're making it bigger, like changing it that way.
Like they're already like, this is, I don't know. I'm real skeptical about this. I feel like this is too much. Like, and it's like, we're already to this level. This whole Battle Royale thing pretty much just happened, and we're already here, 1,000 players.
Yeah, and that's just one developer. I mean, I think once we see, honestly, what Rockstar's possibly might do with Red Dead, I mean, they're pretty good at doing what they do. They may be able to actually take it to the next level in a good way, whereas this might be just like trying to bigger is better. So I don't. Yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting take on it. Sure.
This feels very much like, oh yeah, PUBG's cool. Look what we got going over here.
4 times.
Yeah, that's why I feel like it can't be a play for player or pound for pound comparison game to that, because you're not going to be able to. You're not going to hold people where if it's just the same. Okay, circles expand or circles shrinking in. We got to kill, and there's 1,000 people. That's just. There's nothing different enough. Yeah. They're going to have to introduce a lot of other things
into
this. So, I mean, I'm curious to see what it would be.
Yeah, for sure. All right, a couple more here on the list. Mega Man Legacy Collection 1 and 2, which I forgot to look to see exactly which Mega Man games are in this, but it's, I want to say,
I think
most of them.
I think the first one is Mega Man 1 through 6. And the second one is 7, 8, 9, 10, and then the two after 10.
Okay, so
X,
most, yeah, definitely most of them.
Most of them, yeah.
It's nice to see Nintendo doing some more things that just make sense. Like it just makes too much sense to have this on the Switch.
Absolutely, yeah. So this collection will be coming to the Switch on May 22nd. But yeah, it feels like that's where it belongs, right?
Right, exactly.
I've been eyeing the second collection for PlayStation here.
Mm-hmm. So. Very cool. And then finally on the list, something again I think was just announced today, and is not even available in pictures other than there's a Japanese cover that you can go see on Amazon. But there's a Mario Encyclopedia, Super Mario Encyclopedia, coming out on October 2018, so October this year. It's celebrating 30 years of Mario. It's going to have all the Mario games that have been made and a bunch of pictures and details. I mean, it's encyclopedia, so it'll have encyclopedia stuff. So I've already pre-ordered it on the Amazons. It looks really cool. Like that's something I just feel like I have to have.
Do you mind my asking, Chad, what it's going for?
$30.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
I'm in.
Yeah, yep.
I'm in.
Pretty awesome.
Do you remember? Does it say like how many pages? Like
I would say 250 some pages.
Wow.
Yeah, it's gonna be really
so cool.
It's like something if you like Mario, if you like that, it just seems like something you've got to have.
Yeah.
Just for,
and
I mean, it seems silly, but for historical purposes and just you know, all that.
I'm assuming it'll be like one of the like canon Bibles too for Mario.
Right. It's going to have information. Toad's head is his head. You know, it's not a hat. That type of stuff.
Is Mario human? We might find out.
Right.
That's really cool.
Yeah. It looks pretty amazing. So there you go. Check that out coming out in October. That's all the news we have for you this week. A little bit of a short news week as far as things that I found. So there you go. That's going to move us into the 5-minute segment per person that we always do every time without fail. What we play. Do you like that new name? What we play? No, like too much.
What we
Not
play.
Enough. What we play. So first off, before we get into what we have been playing, we did have our community game night here this past weekend, as I mentioned at the top of the podcast. It was a good rousing good time. We had a few Patreon supporters join us for some Rocket League. Had some chaos games going on, lots of screaming, lots of blowing things up, and lots of winning.
Lots of winning.
Mostly winning. We also played some Fortnite, which was fun too. Playing together with that was a good time. We came in second place, and should have won. Honestly, it was a fluke that we didn't win.
I'm just gonna call myself out there and say that if I hadn't died in the first like 3 minutes of that match, we might have had a chance.
It's one of those games you get better as you play.
I got real sure of myself, and I just ran up ahead.
Yeah. But in the end, Dave would shoot the tree right in front of him with a rocket launcher.
Yeah.
And kill himself. So it wouldn't matter.
That's how it goes sometimes. But yeah, so community game night, we plan to have more of those going forward. If you're a Patreon supporter, you're going to get first dibs at those and what games we play and when we play. So you can check out patreon.com/SouthDakotaGamer again to see what tier that falls into, and you can participate. Even if you're not a Patreon supporter and you're around, though, we don't mind gaming with you. That would be fun too. The more the merrier, I always say. But that was a good time. So thank you for those that participated and came and played along. That was a good time. So let's get into what we proper have been playing. I'll go first. I did finish Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice.
Yeah.
I finished the story on that game. And man, I talked about last week, the game's real weird. Looks awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds fantastic. The sound design I still can't get over how well they did the sound on that. From the voices in your head to the environments and everything in between. That last fight there, without any spoilers, I'm like, man, how long is this going to go? And then I realized, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I get it now.
There's a point where you're like, I see what's happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, same. I was like going and going and going.
Right. It's a great story, the way it ended, and again, I won't spoil anything, but it's everything about it I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
Fun game. One little critique I have of it, I have every trophy except for the trophy to get all the rune stones. And as far as I can tell, there's no chapter select. You have to start the game over completely. You can't jump and skip. You have to go all the way back to the beginning and play through the whole game to find all the rune stones.
Yeah.
And if I had known that at the beginning, I may have brought up a guide to find them all and the run through, because I don't know which ones I missed.
Yep.
So now I have to go and find every single one again, but then I have to play through the whole entire game, which means I have to do all the boss fights again and all the puzzles again. And as much as that's one trophy for one platinum. I mean, I'll get the trophy, you get the platinum too. I don't know if I have the patience or time to go through that entire thing again to do that.
Yeah. And I think that's an excellent example of, like, it's a smaller studio.
Yeah.
But I think it's an excellent example of, like, they probably were working on a budget. They knew the type of game they wanted to make, and they put all of their time and, like, energy into doing that stuff.
And they do it well, so
it, like, that's where, like, it shows that it's a smaller studio, because, like, a bigger studio probably would not. That's probably an oversight. They probably didn't.
Yeah, chapter select.
Chapter select on purpose.
Seems simple.
Like a bigger studio probably, like, that's probably a foregone conclusion. You know, like, on top of whatever else they want to do with the game. So I think that shows probably their smallness / newness. They're not, like, super new, but, like, they're not the oldest developer either.
Right. A little smaller,
but yeah, like, that is frustrating.
Yeah, but even that being said, it's still a great game worth playing through. I really enjoyed it. It would have been higher on my Game of the Year talk list had I played it last year. So I did that. I played some Fortnite, as mentioned already. I played some PUBG as per usual, and then I'll let Dave talk about it, but we did play some Sea of Thieves beta again this past weekend. So that's all I've really been playing. Dave, you want to take it away?
Thunder Unmolested, Dave.
I don't know.
It's called Setney. It's a segue.
Yeah. Sea of Thieves beta. I played a little bit of that. I also played some PUBG. Just kidding. The Sea of Thieves beta, man, I came back on again, and it's very, very fun. I can't wait till the game comes out and to play more regularly with some people like Isaac Ali, friend, sometimes host of the podcast, very rarely.
I don't know what you're
yeah, he's been wanting to play. He's actually got a Sea of Thieves Xbox One controller, which looks really cool. But yeah, that game's just great. We got in there. We couldn't find our ship right away. For some reason, the ship was not there on the island.
Really weird.
And we had one other teammate who had his mic muted for like the first 10 minutes. And he finally figured that out. We found out a way to get one of us to the ship where we would vote them in the brig. And then once they appeared in the brig of the ship, after their sentence was served, we would vote them out, and then they would bring the ship back to us. But it did work. It just didn't work exactly how we wanted, because once one guy got teleported there, the other guys could find it all of a sudden. So we're not sure how that happened that way, but really great game, man. The music, the fun of us just running around playing our accordions and our music machines and stuff was fun, and just jumping around, looking at the water and doing all kinds of cool stuff, getting treasures and stuff and bringing it back to the ship. So I'm looking forward to that game coming out here shortly. Also played some PUBG. Got to play some PUBG every week. Got really close to winning. Didn't. I think, Chad, did you win? Get a win?
Yeah, we won with Tyler and his cousin, right, Daniel? We won a squad. All of us alive.
That's cool. Just getting better and better. Love that game. Also played some Fortnite, as Chad said, in the community game night, which I shot a tree with a rocket, point blank, kill myself. I was very upset. I had that guy. I had him. And my reticle was right on him, and somehow, I guess I didn't see the little red dot that showed that it hadn't cleared the tree or whatever, which was dumb. It hit the tree, blew myself up. So really, really thought we could have got that one, but we did not. But yeah, that's really taken. I mean, it was good from the beginning, but it really took a good step in the right direction once they did that big update and revamped the map and all that stuff.
And season 3 of their battle pass is coming here in just a couple days too. So
yeah, cool. Yeah, just a great game. Just really, really nailed the battle royale thing there for Fortnite. So
Yep.
out of nowhere, it just came out of left field and kind of stole the show for quite a while there. And they're doing very well with PUBG having come out. And then like also we mentioned in the community game night, we played some Rocket League, which is always fun. Going around, blowing people up, screaming, yelling, chaos it's absolutely crazy. Chaos is always just a madhouse. It doesn't matter who you're playing with. It just it gets out of control. So made me remember how much I love playing that game. So I need to play that game some more.
Yep.
But yeah, that's what I've been playing this week.
Cool. Josh.
I'm playing a few things this week. I reinstalled Rocket League.
You did.
You're
You're good. This guy, he's all hating on Rocket League. This dude's doing aerial shots into goals, like amazing saves. Josh is Tyler. If you guys played together, I don't know. Josh might be better than you. Just to say it.
Whoa.
Why you got to be starting stuff?
I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
Tyler, here's what I'll say. We don't have to find out who's better. We can just play together and just dominate.
That's true as well.
Yeah, I think I'll leave it installed. I'm probably not going to play it unless I'm playing with friends though. Like even when we were playing, like the chat was just getting dumb.
Yeah.
Just like people getting real salty and like
well, we told them.
We did.
We used mama jokes.
Your mom. But like man, that's just in my experience, like when I'm playing alone, that's just it always devolves into that every time. So but that was really, really fun. Like I really enjoyed playing that game with friends. And also Fortnite. We played that, and then I actually was playing a little bit this afternoon on my own, and I was sucking it up real bad last night. And I swear I'm not just making this up. I placed 6th.
That's good.
In the last game I played before we started here, but I was telling Chad before we started, like even had I survived longer into that match, there's no possible way I was going to beat the guy that killed me, who ended up winning the match. Like the level of gameplay, if you spectate all the way to the end, some of these matches, the level of gameplay that it turns into at the end of these matches, people are just building crazy things and like jumping all over the place, and like it's just insane. Like I'm not doing that stuff, at least not yet. So it was fun. And then I've been playing a lot of Neo. That's what I've been spending most of my time on.
Catwatch, man.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah, I haven't seen the cat clock lately. I've talked to that guy a few more times, but he hasn't broken out the cat clock lately. Just killing demons and getting real frustrated at parts and fighting this water monster that was like just giving me a run for my money. But I finally beat him. Like it's just like Bloodborne or the Souls games. Like once you finally beat a boss like that, the sense of accomplishment is just like, oh, the euphoria.
I did it.
It's so great. And then you jump right back into more punishment.
Right.
And then lastly, I didn't play this game yet, but a game that I've been looking at lately, it's called The Hunt Showdown. The Hunt: Showdown. And I don't know if you guys have seen. I might have mentioned this on a previous podcast.
I've watched some guys play it on YouTube.
So it's cool looking. It's like if Evolve and Bloodborne were mixed together. So it's sort of like I can't tell if it's like every man for himself, and you're also hunting monsters, or if everybody's just hunting monsters.
I think it's not battle royale in that sense, but it is like you can kill each other.
Okay, so it's like deathmatch, but you're also hunting monsters. So it looks really, really cool, though. I like the aesthetic. The weapon set seems really cool. So the game's not even close to out yet. It's actually just in alpha right now. But I signed up and was able to get into the closed alpha. So I got my Steam key. I have the game installed.
Cool.
I was going to play it this afternoon, and then we ended up celebrating Carlisle's birthday before the podcast, so I didn't have time. So I'm probably going to play some tonight before I go to bed. So I'll have more to say about that game next week.
Cool.
But it looks really, really cool. So I'm excited.
Excellent. That it?
That's it. Yeah, sorry. That's it for me.
Wow. Good job, guys. I'm pretty sure we did it in less than 5 minutes each, if not more, less than more. So well done. There we go. What we play. You're welcome. That brings us to the final. No, it's still
TM.
like that. What? Baby. TBD. We'll see about that. All right, that brings us to our final segment, Game Scoops, 20 questions.
Scoop!
Fergie?
Yeah.
Fergie?
Fergie. Nice.
Yeah.
Good one. All right, so
Oh my gosh, that was bad.
Oh. Oh no.
so supposedly, I've been keeping track of how we've done, and we missed a couple of the games, the 20 questions the last few weeks. But the outline says we're 2-20. Which
I don't think that's real.
Yeah, I think that 0 is supposed to be an end parentheses. So I think we're 2-2. We are 2-2.
They are in the same
guessing.
key.
Yeah. So now it's going to be Dave and Josh to see if we can have a winning record or a losing record. No pressure, but don't screw it up.
Well, no worries. I've got this one in the bag. Chad, the game is Yo Noid, originally released for the Nintendo Entertainment System back in 1991.
I mean, there's no reason not to believe you.
You won?
We did it.
No, you didn't.
Yes.
That's a good game. That was a good game.
Let's play another one real quick then. So
Okay.
now we have a winning record,
Oh, yeah.
and we're
Sure.
going to play another one.
That actually was a fun game, though.
It was. All right, whenever you guys are ready.
All right, Chad.
Josh is going to ask a question.
Chad. In this game that you've picked, are you able to change your clothing?
Yes.
Is this game? I'm sorry. Was this game released after January 1st, 2010?
Yes.
Woohoo. Chad, do you swing a sword in this game?
I think you can.
Maybe can swing a sword.
I'm pretty sure you can.
Be sure.
Pretty sure.
Most likely can swing a sword. Okay, so is this game part of a franchise?
Yes.
All right. Can change your clothing, swing a sword, probably part of a franchise. Chad, did this game release on current gen systems?
Yes, it did. You guys got this.
Does this game have a does this game have another game in the franchise in the works?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Is this a first-person game?
No.
Oh, sorry. All right.
Does this game is this game based on a licensed property?
Yes.
Ooh. Okay. Could this be Dave? You can change your clothing. You probably most likely can swing a sword. Could this be one of the Injustice fighting, or could this be Injustice 2 maybe? Could this be a fighting game, do you think?
I mean, you can change your clothing. You part of a franchise released current gen, not aware of another game development.
Based on licensed property.
It could be, because you can change clothing. The question is, most likely, can you swing a sword? Now,
I know you can now in Injustice 2 because the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have been released. And one of them has a sword. Raphael, I think.
Leonardo has swords.
There you
Thanos.
go.
Oh, there you go. Leonardo.
What the heck's wrong with you?
Sorry. I knew as soon as I said it, somebody was going to jump down my throat if I was wrong. I've been watching the 80s, 90s cartoon show too. So Chad
yeah, go ahead.
Is this a fighting game?
No.
All that down the drain.
Does this game have multiplayer?
Yes.
Okay, not first person. It's got multiplayer. It's a franchise based on a licensed property.
That's 10.
They're not a fighting game. Can swing a sword. Part of a franchise. You change your clothing. So is it an RPG like, let's see, Diablo?
It's licensed. Remember, you asked. It is a licensed property.
Yeah, isn't Diablo based off of books?
Oh.
Or maybe it's not. Maybe I'm thinking something else. Yeah, we do need to tackle the licensed property.
That's couldn't be The Witcher. Couldn't be Final Fantasy.
Has multiplayer. So we got to get the licensed property down. So is it a Disney property? Is it a some kind of movie? Yeah. I mean, Disney's a good way to go in this day and age.
It's almost like too broad, though.
Right. You have to.
Disney's got a lot of stuff.
Be a superhero or.
Yeah. Chad, is this
or Marvel?
Is the property that this game is based on, is it a superhero property?
Yes.
Okay. Superhero IP.
Okay, so it's not Deadpool, because that didn't have multiplayer.
No.
So we've got
Marvel versus Capcom?
That's a fighting game, isn't it?
Oh, that's a fighting game. Never mind. I was real proud of myself for just a second.
So what about the discontinued what was that what's that Marvel game? It was real Omega. Marvel Heroes Omega or something like that.
Yeah, Marvel Heroes Ultimate.
Something like I mean, that's a different game. I'm thinking of a online multiplayer.
Yeah. The one that just got shut down like not too long.
It was something Omega. It had Omega in the name. It wasn't Ultimate. I think it was Marvel Heroes Omega.
Possibly.
Chad I'll eliminate it with this question. Chad, was the online services to this discontinued? This game?
No.
Okay, so it's not that game.
Okay, let's see.
Whatever.
So a superhero franchise.
Yeah.
This game is released on current gen.
So we got Marvel or DC.
You can change your gear.
You can change
slash clothing. And you can probably swing a sword.
Yeah, if you can probably swing a sword.
Is this?
It's not one of the, like if it's like a Marvel game where you can change between all their players. I mean, guys like Deadpool, that's a definite sword. Guys, there's definite sword users.
Depending on the iteration, Moon Knight has a sword sometimes. But like, so DC Universe Online, that didn't release on this generation. That released last gen. It's on this gen, but it released last gen.
I think so. Is there a DC game that's out now that's not Batman? It's got multiplayer.
Man. Chad, is this Marvel superheroes?
Yes.
Man, we're so close.
There we are.
You're very close. I think you can do it.
How many questions we got?
You're at 13. You've just
Oh,
asked
right
13,
on.
so you're on 14 now.
Yeah, we can do that.
So I always get confused because there's a lot of these like Marvel Alliance games or whatever that I didn't play a whole lot of, and I feel like we've done a lot of them, and I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like Chad for sure has done Ultimate Alliance before.
Yeah, I don't think that like rules it out, but I just want to make sure that I know how to ask the questions. So the most likely can swing a sword is
Don't put a lot behind that. I'm not 100% sure, but if you told me say yes or no, I would say yes. Like put a gun to my head, say yes or no. There is no probably, I would say yes.
Got it.
Is this in the what is that franchise called? Ultimate Alliance? Josh?
I think there was like Ultimate Alliance 2. Like I think they were numbering them.
Chad, is this part of the Ultimate Alliance franchise?
Nope.
Okay. Not
Can't
Ultimate
help it.
Alliance. It's not the
Can't help
most.
but feel there's something we're like I'm just totally missing here. Marvel Superheroes, not a fighting game.
Current gen.
Current gen.
Released current gen. I really thought I had it with Omega or whatever it was.
No Spider-Man games have released for current gen.
Is it possible that I messed up and they are still certain? No, they stopped servicing that game.
Yeah, I'm almost positive that game was shut down. The game you're thinking of, like not too long ago.
Yeah, it was. Marvel Omega Superheroes, maybe that's what it was called.
Man.
Oh, what about one of the Lego movies or games?
Oh my gosh. Totally forgot about them.
Do we want to just ask if it's one of those?
Yeah, Chad, is this a Lego game?
Yep.
Oh, Dave. Good one. Nice save.
Where are we at? How many we got to narrow it down?
That's 15.
Okay. So we got 5 more to guess, right?
4 more and a guess.
4 more to guess.
I could not tell you which ones for sure.
It's
released.
Lego Marvel Superheroes. I think that's what it's called. So
I couldn't tell you which ones for sure released on current gen.
There's 2 of them. 2 of them, I think, this gen.
Oh, did they both release on current gen?
I think so. But
Lego
2
Marvel
definitely
Superheroes
released on current
1
gen.
and 2.
Well, there's Lego Marvel. There's Lego Marvel Superheroes. There's Lego Marvel Avengers, Age of Ultron, or something. I'm pretty sure there's a Lego Marvel Superheroes 1 and 2.
I have a couple of these games too. I can't believe I didn't think of them.
Wait, is this?
We just ask if it's the first one in the series or the franchise.
Chad? Is this one of the Lego Marvel Superheroes games?
Yes.
Chad, is this the first Lego Marvel Superheroes game?
No.
All right. So is this game Lego Marvel Superheroes 2?
It is.
Woo!
Yes.
Yeah.
Wah, wah, wah,
Good job.
Good job. I knew you guys would get there. That was good. Yeah.
Good save, Dave.
The whole sword thing, the more I think about it, it's pretty likely that there are swords, but I have not played it yet, so I was not entirely sure. But yeah, I mean, yeah. So
Yeah,
there you go. I'm sure it does. Good job. You guys got it. Question 18. Lego Marvel Superheroes 2. The reason I was doing that one is the Black Panther DLC just came out. And
right on.
I just watched Black Panther, which I endorse that movie. Go watch it. It's good. Yeah, so there you go. Had Marvel superheroes on the brain. So there it is. Congratulations. You guys did it. We are now 3-2 winning records.
3-20.
Nice.
See if we can keep that going next week. Come back just to find out. All right, well, that's going to do it for the podcast. Quick reminder, we are part of the SueEmpire.com podcast family. We are happy to be there with all those other podcasters. Head over again to patreon.com/South Dakota Gamer. Find us on Facebook. Find us on YouTube. Tell all your friend about us. All one friend. Tell all your friend about us. And give us a review on iTunes if you want. That would be real sweet. Real nice and awesome of you. It is February after all. Be sweet to us. All right, I'm done. See you next week.
Oh my gosh.
Pizza.
Pizza.
Just all fell apart at the end. Bye, YouTube. Like the video. If you watch it, just hit a like. Thumbs up.